fucking awful. And they're like, wait until you try the bed. You're like, oh wow, this is just as bad.
It's a reminder that when something is two functions, it's better if it's small. Like if your phone is a camera, that's technology. If your couch is a bed, you're a college student. If your pen is a laser, you're James Bond. And if your car is your house, you're homeless. So shoot for smaller. I have to tell, though, as a bit of a sort of advisory to all the guys here, there's something you need to know about futons, which is once a girl gets a college diploma, she has no interest in ever hooking up on a futon again. So once you finish college, guys, you've got to get a bed. Because girls will hook up on futons while they're in college, but only because there's no other option. Like, the best analogy would be like if you were a guy and you went to prison and while you were there you hooked up with other guys. You're like, it's not my first choice, but I'm here. That's the way girls are with futons, because the thing about futons is there's nothing romantic about a futon. And the way I know there's nothing romantic about a futon is it does not pass what I like to call the French guy test. Because I feel like French guys can make almost anything seem romantic, but I can't see a French guy being like, oh, mon chéri, the perfect end to the perfect evening. Help me pull this away from you. I pull the lever and our love then has revealed itself. The slats is broken, but do not worry, I have duct taped it back together. I do have an excellent French accent, I know that's pretty well. I love Europe. I used to live in Europe. I lived, for 2 years, I lived in Amsterdam. That always happens. I say I lived in Amsterdam, there's always like a group of people who are like, yeah, I know why you lived in Amsterdam. But it's not why you think. I lived in Amsterdam because weed is legal there. Jump to conclusions. I outgrew smoking weed in Amsterdam, and the next thing you outgrow when you outgrow smoking weed, the very next thing is you outgrow having friends who smoke weed. Because like when you smoke weed and your friends smoke weed, it's great because you share the same value system, you get excited about the same things. They come over and they're like, dude, I brought Skittles. But at my age, when those same friends are like, dude, I brought Skittles, I'm like, do you have health insurance? I'm afraid you're going to get a cold and die. So I left Amsterdam after 2 years. You have to, because it's so easy to get weed in Amsterdam that you just change. You go through a metamorphosis. Basically, like, you're just a normal guy for the first year you're in Amsterdam, and then you just turn into Matthew McConaughey. You're just like normal, you're talking the way I talk now, and then after 12